Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about a piece of wisdom that's so practical, so timeless, it's been helping people for over 2,000 years. It's a simple idea, really, a metaphor that holds this powerful strategy for building a life that can, well, withstand just about anything.
So I want you to picture this classic scene, right? A fox is hunting a rabbit. Now the fox is faster, it's stronger, and it is absolutely relentless. By all logic, the rabbit is toast. So, how in the world does it survive? It comes down to one simple, powerful word: preparation. See, the cunning rabbit knows it can't outrun the fox. No way. So it has to outthink it. Long before that hunt ever started, the rabbit was busy. It wasn't just digging one home, it dug 3 separate burrows in totally different spots. So when the fox is finally closing in on burrow number 1, poof, the rabbit is long gone, already safe and sound in number 2.
Now, this little story, it's more than just some fable. It's actually the secret weapon at the very heart of a very ancient piece of advice.
And of course, this proverb isn't literally about rabbits and foxes. It's this brilliant metaphor for the structure of a truly resilient life. It teaches us a lesson that is so fundamental. Never, ever rely on just one escape route.
And that right there, that leads us straight to the core danger this proverb is warning us about. The incredible risk of having just one place to hide when trouble, inevitably shows up.
Think about it. Most of us, and we often don't even realize we're doing it, we live a one-burrow life. We've got one job, one main paycheck, maybe that one person we lean on for everything, one big plan for the future. And it feels super efficient until the fox shows up. And that fox can be a layoff, a health crisis, or a market crash. All of a sudden, that one burrow you thought was so safe, it's the most dangerous place you can be.
I mean, just look at the difference in mindset. The one burrow approach, it's fragile. It feels efficient, absolutely, but man, is it brittle. In stark contrast, the 3 burrows approach is all about resilience. It's about having options. You're building a system that's designed to absorb a shock, precisely because you were prepared for it.
And this is maybe the most crucial piece of wisdom in this whole strategy. You can't start building a lifeboat in the middle of a hurricane. The wise rabbit knows the time to prepare. The time to dig those extra burrows is when the sun is shining, when everything is calm and there's not a predator in sight.
Okay, so this all sounds great, a 2,000-year-old proverb, but how does this actually apply to our modern lives? Well, the applications are surprisingly direct and incredibly practical.
Let's start with your career. Relying on just one employer or one specific skill set, well, that is the professional version of having one burrow. The smart rabbit? They're building a second skill, maybe even a third. They're keeping their professional network warm even when they're happy at their job, just to make sure other doors are always at least a little bit open.
And financially, it is the exact same logic. A single income stream is fragile. A resilient financial life has layers. You've got your main salary, sure, but maybe also a side income from a hobby and some diversified investments. Look, this isn't about expecting a disaster. It's about creating options and a buffer for yourself.
This even applies to our relationships. Putting all of our emotional weight and dependency on just one person, whether it's a partner or a best friend, can be really dangerous. Cultivating a rich web of connections, family, different groups of friends, community, that gives you a much stronger foundation to stand on when one of those relationships goes through a tough time.
And hey, for any business owners out there, you know the terror of having that one single client who makes up 80% of your revenue. That is a single burrow. A smart business is always digging, diversifying its customers, its products, its marketing. That way, losing one contract might sting, yeah, but it won't be a fatal blow.
So when you step back and you look at all these different areas, your career, your money, your relationships, your business, you start to see 3 really powerful lessons bubbling up from this simple metaphor. First up, diversify your risk. That single path that looks so safe, it's often just fragility in disguise. You have to build in some redundancy. And trust me, the small cost of preparing is nothing compared to the massive cost of being caught completely off guard.
Lesson 2. Prepare when things are calm. The fox doesn't send an invitation, it just shows up. Any preparation you try to do during a crisis is going to be reactive, it's going to be rushed, and it's going to be built on fear. Real strength is built from strategic, deliberate moves when things are stable.
And third, and this one is huge, optionality is power. Just knowing you have a second burrow changes your entire perspective. You negotiate differently at work. You take smarter risks.
You just live with less fear in general because you know you have other options. You're not trapped.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But where do you actually start? How do you begin digging your own burrows?
Well, it actually starts with a simple audit. Just look at your life and ask, where are my single points of failure? Then, and this is key, don't get overwhelmed. Just pick one area and start digging. And please remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Think in seasons. You build resilience slowly and steadily over time. So, what this all comes down to is a fundamental shift in how we think about security. It's not a destination you finally arrive at. It's a structure that you actively build day by day.
Because the hard truth is, the fox, in some form or another, is coming for all of us. Adversity is just a part of life. So the question isn't if you'll face it, but when you do. Will you have somewhere else to go?
And that really gets to the heart of it. This isn't about being fearless. It's about being profoundly prepared.
Ultimately, the message is simple. Don't be the one caught out in the open when the fox arrives. Be the rabbit.